ho, ho! Merry Christmas, YouTube! It's Vicky, me love Bono. And, of course, I had to share my Christmas cards with you before I get them filled out and put into the mail for what I hope to be one of my first early deliveries. I am horrible. I do the cards, I make them, I fill them out, I put them in the envelope, and then it takes me forever to get to the post office to mail them out. I don't just put stamps on them and send because I'm always afraid I won't have enough postage on them. So I always take mine to the post office and have them weigh them out and put the zip code in and all that business. I don't have the names of the stamps because I took them out of their sleeves a while back to put them in another holder, and now, stupid me, I threw away the information cards that they were on, so I don't know what the stamp sets are from. If you see something here, a stamp, and you got to have it, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to try to find out what stamp it is.
I don't know about you, but there are times when I see a stamp or a product and I got to have it, and the person filming doesn't say what the brand is or what it is, and I could just hit my head against the fireplace wall.
Because I want to know what it is. So if you feel like that, don't hit your head. Just leave a comment. Let me know what card it was, what stamp, and I'll try to find it for you. I got this idea from some cards on Pinterest. It's stickers. Ho, ho, ho. I drew a straight line. I colored in this stamp using my Copics. I love when people color in like the blue or the grays around your image to kind of make it look cold or like a shadow. It just really makes all the difference in the world, I think. Anyway, I used my Copics, and I used a little of the Tim Holtz glossy glue, whatever, glossy accents, for a couple little items on here. I like when you run your hand over a card to be able to feel a little something. You'll see I just use a couple layers of paper. I always try to match my paper with something on the card, something with the Copics. It's just more pleasing to the eye. And that's the inside. You can see here how Santa's bag and the paper kind of matches. That's what I'm talking about. I get so bored with doing cards. I mean, I love to do them, but what I mean by that, I cannot sit and put out 20, 30 cards that are all exactly the same. I have attention deficit disorder probably, so I gotta mix it up just a little bit. You'll see how these are very similar, but there's a bit of difference. I know this is the Allie Edwards, one of her Christmas stamps. I love script writing in stamps, and I really like when there's cursive and print together. The tree I stamped onto pattern paper using my stamp and embossing powder. These little light bulbs are stickers. How cute is that? You guys, I swear, I hate to mail these cards out. I want to keep them. I guess that's why I'll always be a scrapbooker and not necessarily a card maker. Again, I colored these with my Copics. I used some embossing paste and the Tim Holtz brick stencil for the background. So it looks like Santa's standing in front of like a brick fireplace or wall. I put a little diamond stickles, real light here and there. on the cards. It gives them this special sparkle. But it's like so minor, you're like, is that twinkling or not? Anyway, I paper pieced his pants and his vest, colored him with Copics, put the little bells on this one, and away you go. Okay, hopefully you can see the embossing paste there. You can definitely see the glossy accents showing up. Oh, there you go. That's real good. There's that brick stencil. It looks so cute. I learned this little trick from Prairie Print Ink or something like that. It's the mommy from Canada that also does nails. She always shades her paper piecing, and I'll tell you, that little bit of detail really matters. But can you see here, even though that's paper, I did a little shading right here. And see the little bit of twinkle from the diamond stickles? There you go. Yeah. Now these are kind of shiny because they're shiny paper. But I put a little bit of the twinkle on the word. It just gives it a little something special. And look at my stamp. It says, with hugs and loves from Mama. I'll try to remember to put the link. I got this from a seller in like Thailand or Hong Kong. It was like under $5 shipped. It took a while to get here, but it was well worth the wait. And I was able to personalize my name. I think this was my favorite card this year. You can see I made it the long style, which I don't know what that's called. I used one of my Spellbinder dies to cut the fence out. This is, it's that cording stuff. It comes in a bundle. It's kind of plastic, twisty tie cord or something like that. And I just made it into a bow. I used my Martha Stewart punch to punch out the little ferny pine things here. This is a Recollections stamp set, I remember, but I picked that up a few years ago. I emboss stamped this Christmas tree on back, and again, I think it's probably one of my favorite cards that I put together this year. Look at this one. I only have a few of these, so I only put this on one of the cards. And Monica, who is Spring Chick 28, sent those to me back in the summer, and I love it. It's a straw with a little sticker that says "To Santa's Workshop." I love it. It was perfect for this card. Monica, thank you so much. You'll see this has some twinkly snow on it. That's because I dripped glue on it, and I had to make it look like it was on purpose. So, once again, it's the same design as before. And this is embossed with white embossing powder. Again, when the recipient gets the card, they'll have something to feel. And there's the inside. That's washi tape from Michaels across the bottom. Now, both of these cards, not my favorite. I don't like them at all. But sometimes, you know, as I'm making my prototype card, you hate to throw it away, but you know, it's just nothing you'll like. So I'll probably send this to somebody who's going to open the card, read the sentiment, and toss it in the garbage. I don't know why, I just did not like these. I cut the window out using a Spellbinders thin, wafer thin metal die. I embossed stamped the tree. This is an Anna Griffin stamp. Put some little twinkles on it. Inked it up a little bit, which I don't like at all. And this is a stamp from Not Too Shabby. And again, you've heard me talk about Jamie's store before. If you go to Google and type in Not Too Shabby, it usually comes up. I think she's on Zibbit. Yes, she is. And she always has great prices and super fast shipping. I used my Copics. I put a little bit of glossy accent on the lights. And there's another card done. Even though I don't like it, I just put this little bit of paper that matches the outside on the inside. I did the same with it. And I'm not crazy about these cards, but I'll use them. The snowman is from a Technique Tuesday stamp. I used my circle punch for this. Added a little 6x6 paper. Here are the wood sentiments from Studio Calico, I think. You know, you can find these little wood things anywhere. You Are Totally Cool came from the same stamp set. I paper pieced the little hat. On this one, I stuck a little cotton ball on it. I don't like that, so I didn't do it over here. Drew in the lines for the snow over here, and I'll send this out to the kids. Maybe like a teenager or something on my card list. They'll like it. I must have been feeling snazzy when I made this one, because I stamped a little something extra on the inside. I don't usually do that. And there you go. That looks pretty cute. I like these for the girls, the young ladies and little girls on my card list. I picked up this stamp, once again, Not Too Shabby on Zibbit. These are just some little die cuts from Michaels. I used my Copic pens to color everything in, put a little bit of sparkle on her fur trim. You'll see on this one, I left a little bit of white space around my image. Sometimes I do that, and sometimes I cut as close to the dark edge as I can, and then take one of my black markers and go around the edge so that it gives it a finished look. And it's self-explanatory, guys. These are all 6x6 pads of paper that I used. I put the little sparkles in over here. I messed up on her shoes when coloring this, so I just used black soot stickles to fill her boots in. Not crazy about that for this particular image. I like using stickles on my cards. But that wasn't my plans on this one, but any port in a storm, right? There's the inside. That's embossed with silver. And the silver embossing powder I use that I like best is the Recollections brand. I learned that from Craft and Kate. Hi, Katie. And then see, this little number is like one of those little 3D sticker things that you pick up at Michael's or Joann. Kind of cute. And there's the inside of that one. I think it's so difficult making masculine type of greeting cards, but this really turned out well. Again, one of my favorite cards that I put together this holiday season. This is a wood stamp from Michael's. I colored it in using Copics. I put a little glossy accents here and there, some of my diamond stickles to make it twinkle, the little bells. I love the bells on cards. I will have to put this in a 5x7 manila padded envelope for mailing. It's going to cost me a couple of dollars, but it's worth it. This I'll send to my doctor, and I think the other one will go to my son. I use the ultra thick Basil 12x12 cardstock because this is a 6x6 card. most of our heavy-duty cardstock is 8.5 by 11. So I did have to use the 12 by 12 ultra thick basil cardstock. Cut it right down the middle, folded it in half, and now you got a 6 by 6 card. A little bit unusual. As you'll see here, I put glossy accents on the windows and the front grille. I might go back and put some other little decorations on it. It came out a little plain compared to the other one. And I ran this little strip of extra paper down the side. My last card for this time around, I used the diamond dies, wafer thin die cut thingy, metal die. It's the pine. I love diamond dies. This is a little stamp I picked up. It is a rubber stamp from Michael's. I embossed some of the gold paper, which is a pain in the butt to do, to use like the gold metallic papers in the embossing folders. I always struggle with that. It seems like it's harder. No, I don't struggle when I'm using the embossing folders. It's when I try to cut it that's a little bit difficult. That's what it is. Anyway, I think this turned out nice. It's okay. Not one of my favorites. I was hoping that I would like it more so I could make several of these quickly and just send it out to people I want to say hello to that are probably going to throw the card away. But I just didn't even like it. You know, when I make a card for someone, I'd like to make it with them in mind. I can't just do 20 cards and then sit down later and fill them out to people. While I'm making that card, I've got to have that person in mind. I wonder if you're like that. Let me know. I'm just curious. I'm not being nosy. Anyway, use my little circle punch. Boom. Put some of the foam squares behind it so this sticks up a little bit. This is gold embossed. It is the embossing powder by Recollections. And stuck those little pine leaves on there, and away you go. If I liked it, it would have been pretty easy to make. Okay, guys, hope you have a great holiday season. If I don't talk to you before then, thank you guys, everybody who's taken a minute to comment on my videos or private message me, or even if you just watch. Thank you so much. Here's to another year on YouTube. Happy holidays, everyone. Bye-bye.